The sun lingers late in Wessex tonight, but linger it must. The hall is lit, the banners hang heavy, the feast has been called. In Winchester, the old ways and new walk side by side, one cloaked in incense, the others in shadow. Guests arrived in cloaks and riddles. Wine is poured, names are spoken, and somewhere beyond the laughter, a silence waits to be noticed. Not all who feast tonight are hungry, not all who smile are pleased. We are under torchlight and prayer, something watches with eyes that never blink. Welcome to Candle in the Mead Hall. This is session 9, the Twilight Feast. Welcome in, everyone. How's everyone doing this evening? Everyone good? Let's get a good hey, how are you? Just to make sure everything sounds good.
Yo.
Good evening.
Hello. We are good.
We are good this evening. All right, everyone. I'm joined by my friends, my players below me. We're going to start. I want you to introduce yourself, introduce your character. Tell us a little about yourself. Even if you're not a streamer, tell us what you're into. We're going to start with Roswynn and Nerdatart. Kick us off.
Hi, everybody. I am Nerdatart. I never really stream on my own profile, but I am the other half of Team Wildwood, so you'll catch me over there from time to time. Playing video games, mostly tabletop games with my friends. I love being a vampire here on Monday nights with Zed, and I also love playing a Marvel superhero some Wednesdays over on Nerdwire's channel. And yeah, excited to play Roswynn tonight. She's in an interesting place right now where she's been really obsessed with taking down Ethelwine, because he's stepping out on his wife, who is one of her touchstones, Lady Winfled. And she's been so singularly minded, and I think maybe tonight she's kind of realizing she's losing sight of the big picture. Maybe she's moving on to bigger things. We'll see.
Excellent. I like that insight into Roswynn. I hadn't seen that, so that's going to change some things that I'm going to ask you here in a few moments. Aunt Davey, tell us about yourself. Tell us about Anarawd.
Hey there, I'm Davey. I am a TTRPG nut and history buff. I don't stream. I like to play video games and RPGs on other people's channels occasionally. I will be playing Anarawd tonight. He's a Bruja. He's a very talented bard, but he's not very talented at being a vampire. He keeps accidentally killing people. I've done like 6 or 7 murders now at this point, and it's beginning to become a thing that I'm the murder guy, and it's slightly worrying. I also prostituted my morals quite badly last session by creating a ghoul when I had previously told everyone that I would never do that, but I own an archbishop now, so it kind of... Or I don't quite yet, because I haven't paid the points for him, but he definitely would be more inclined to listen to me at this point, I think. Because I saved his worthless life.
Something like that for sure. Absolutely.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that for sure. I like that. Joshi, tell us about yourself. Tell us about Suni.
I'm just Joshi. I'm here playing Suni tonight. Myself, Joshi. I'm into history. I'm into cats. I like vampires. That's pretty much that's my vibe. Oh, and horror movies. I've been watching a lot of horror movies lately. They're great.
Seen any good ones?
Yeah, Sinners was so good.
Sinners kicks ass.
And I'm excited for Weapons next week. I believe it comes out next week, or this Friday, and I get to see it on Tuesday because I'm cheap. Suni is he's your favorite left behind Zemidsi who he's your friend and you don't know it. He is your friend, you might not know it. You might also not know who he is, because he's gonna start doing a thing of never leaving the house looking the same way every day.
Oh, really? I like that. That's going to be
Disguise.
Master Disguise. It's going to be a lot of rouse checks. I like that. I like that. I like the implications. Really, yeah, it's gonna give me something to chew on. Fantastic. Keyword Savior. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about Kenrick.
I do stream sometimes. I took a brief sabbatical recently to go back to the ancestral homelands, but now I'm back. So, still feeling Zelda, but I was playing Link's Awakening, so I think I'm going to be playing some more 2D Zelda next time I stream. But anyway, Kenrick, the what is that? Oathsworn sword guy, protector of Wendreda, badass on purpose, not by accident, and I don't know. I think what is it? He's been getting entwined with the guard. Other than that, I don't know what he's been up to. So
Okay. Well, we'll work on that tonight before we get started. Ellie, tell us about yourself. Tell us about Wendreda.
Hello, I'm Ellie or Mrs. Keywork. I'm not a streamer, but kind of like everybody else, I like cats and history and reading and nerdy stuff like that. So I play Wendreda. She is the the Alderman Cuthwin's wife. And her thing is she doesn't like him. But now he might kind of be obsessed with her because she might have had to ghoul him a couple weeks back. So that's going to be on her list of oh so fun things that she gets to look forward to.
I love it. I love it. All right. So let's do some session start logistics. Let's get everything up and running. Where is my pen and paper? Okay, so I'm actually just going to type this today. We're going to start with Roswynn. What is your desire? Is it still the same? Is it to bring down Ethelwine? You're so close. Or do you want to change that?
I feel like she does. She definitely still wants to see Ethelwine get knocked down a peg. I mean, she's gathered all the information she can. I'm sure she's given it to Cuthwin to use because, you know, obviously her word as a woman isn't going to mean anything. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep that same desire. Although I admit that, you know, she's kind of at a point where she's just like over this petty mortal stuff. You know, she wants to move on to bigger fish.
Bigger fish. All right. So one final blow, and then we'll move on to bigger fish. I got that. I like that.
I like it.
Anarawd. Same desire, or are you changing?
Desire will be manage to get through 1 week without killing anybody or losing my composure in some dramatic way.
Fail.
No, I think I could do it. I think I got it this time.
Okay. I like that.
It's like Anarawd feels like a complete failure. Like he feels out of control. Like he's got it worse than everybody else in that way because he's a Brujah. He doesn't feel like he's in control of himself at all, and he wants to exert some control on himself, prove that he can like operate in society and not be a beast, basically.
And this is a really good opportunity to see if you can do that with this feast tonight. I like that. 1 week without killing anyone or losing composure in a dramatic way. All right. Suni, what is your desire for tonight, or is it the same as before? And if it was the same as before, remind me what it was, because I cannot find that note.
So before it was learn what's out there in the night.
Yes, okay.
And I think I might have to keep it the same because I didn't get anywhere with that. I didn't get to speak to everyone's new friend who doesn't like me, Althelm. I wasn't there for that. Maybe there'll be people at the banquet to talk to learn stuff.
Well, it's a very broad desire, so learning out what out there tonight is not just supernatural in nature to me. It's also I see a lot of different ways we can actually come at this.
If it is too broad, I could like
No, no, no,
I
no,
think
no, no.
Sunni is-
Oh, no. I'm not saying it's too broad. I'm saying that I don't think the interpretation needs to be so narrow as just to be supernatural. I think
Okay,
there's
'cause-
other ways we can come at this.
That's fair, but I think the intent was supernatural.
Okay. All right. Okay. No problem. Fantastic.
But if I do happen to learn non-supernatural stuff, that's a bonus.
Exactly. All right. Keyword, Kinnerik, what is your desire?
My desire last time, I think I think I'm going to keep mine as well, and it's kind of akin to Sunni's. I think the Ventru in Kinnerik, the desire to control, assessing the supernatural population, again by extension, whatever that means. A banquet being held at night by the king kind of speaks towards suspiciousness. So I think that still tracks.
All right. And Wendreda.
Well, since I wasn't here last week and all that, the desire has to be who was Cuthwin's old master before I came in. Got to find out who that person was and whatever I can find out about them.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Excellent. All right. So now I want everyone to refresh their willpower by resolve or composure, whichever's higher. All right. So that should be generally 2 or 3, for depending on what you guys are at. So make sure you refresh your willpower. What's your willpower at, Roz?
Sorry, I was muted. 5.
5. Anarawd?
That's a 4.
4. Joshi? 6. Nice. Kinnerik?
5.
5. And Wendreda?
6.
All right. 6. Is anyone doing any blood bonding this week? And anyone feeding their ghoul blood to keep them a ghoul if it's been a month since the last time they fed them? Is anyone pursuing their blood bonds like that? Let me raise your hand and let me know.
I will be
I was
doing
gonna say, I
that.
believe I did that last session, so we should be good for a while.
All right, so that's +1 rouse for each of you. So it's +1 hunger for each of you. We will be starting. And we would anyone doing any vicissitude before the night? Or we'll do that when we get started. All right, we'll do vicissitude after daily rouse checks. So everybody, hunger starting at 2 plus your rouse check. So make your daily rouse check.
Damn it.
All right. So now, Davey, also now make your rouse check to blood bond, and that'll be your start.
Okay,
and
so-
this will be your starting hunger for the night. So you're already at 3.
Yeah, that ain't good. That's not a good way to start.
All right, 3.
Just 3.
Wendreda, please roll for your blood bonding of Cuthwin.
Oh my god, now I'm at a hunger 4.
You are at a hunger 4. Excellent. Now we're going to go into feeding. Does anyone want to use herd to feed or not before the game begins? We are down to a communal herd of 2 for the coterie now.
I have a personal herd of 1, so I'll use that to bring my hunger to 1.
Okay, Roswyn's bringing her hunger down to 1. You're going to use who's using communal herd?
Oh god, could I take one please to get me from a 4 to a 3?
Yeah, she probably gets priority. How many times can we use herd now?
Once you can use it twice per week. So
Okay. So Wendreda can use it and Anarawd can also use it. Because I
All
can't
right.
take half. Our difficulty's so high now, I can't take half on my hunting rolls anymore.
all right. Speaking of hunting rolls, Anarawd, your scop feeder. Dexterity plus stealth, difficulty 4. Hunger 2, correct?
Well,
You used,
so am
you
I,
used the data herd. You used the data herd to go
I
from
can
3
only
to
use
2.
1 dot.
You can only use 1 dot,
right.
yes.
Yes. I am Dex plus Stealth, which is 6 dice. Can I
So,
take half?
no, it's difficulty 4. So you would need
Damn it.
8 dice to take half. I would buy dots of chaffs when you guys get an opportunity. All right,
I
so
failed.
So you do not find a subject to feed on. You are not caught. You do not murder anybody. Nothing goes wrong. You just do not find an opportunity to feed before the feast tonight. All right, Suni, are you feeding?
Yes.
What is your hunger
absolutely.
at? Your hunger's a 3, correct?
My hunger should be 3. I failed my rouse check, and that brings it to 3, right?
Yes. So manipulation plus intimidation, difficulty 4. Can you take half?
I cannot.
All right. So roll with 3 hunger.
Spend the
You
willpower.
you're going to spend a willpower. Okay.
Yeah.
There's your more than 4 successes. You get a critical success. You may take as much as you want without killing them, getting yourself back down to 2. You can get yourself to 1 if you decide to commit murder. And you would take 2 stains. 1 for killing, and 1 for killing innocent, and 1 for being a beast. So it's up to you.
I can only take 1 off of this person?
You can take 2 off this person to get yourself to hunger 1.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And no stains, no nothing.
No stains, no nothing. You can go to hunger 1,
good,
no
good.
stains.
I was confused there for a second. I was like, I thought they would have more blood than that.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Because you succeed, you get a critical success. Nothing bad happens to you. Just let them do the logistics. All
They're
right.
hemophiliac.
Wendreda, Roswynn, you're a veil keeper, but you're not feeding because you're already at hunger 1, correct?
I'm at hunger 1. I feel like I'm good. I'm comfortable there.
Wendreda, you're at hunger 3.
Oh yeah, I gotta feed.
All right, so please roll your manipulation plus persuasion. What is your dice pool?
6.
So you cannot take half yet. Difficulty 4. And you can only feed from nobles.
Who can I please spend a willpower?
You may spend a willpower.
How many can I reroll?
2.
Oh yay.
So you do not feed from Cuthwin this evening, and you cannot find an opportunity to feed from any other nobles in the manor. So you do not feed tonight. You do not get caught. Nothing terrible happens to you. You just failed to find a vessel. You'll be going to the feast at hunger 3. That will be fun.
She's gonna be cranky.
All right, Kinnerik.
Lots of
sorry, go
nobles
ahead.
there.
Huskarl, strength plus brawl is 8, correct?
Correct.
You can still take half and get yourself down to hunger 1 if you like, by finding someone, beating them over the head again, draining their blood, and leaving them propped up in such a practiced manner that you barely even have to sweat to do it anymore.
We'll say it was somebody who was raising hell at the Mead Hall, and I took them outside, and yes, I happened to knock them out and take a little extra before I left them with the trash.
And you leave them with the trash. Not dead. You didn't have to burn down a building. Everything went well. All right.
I mean, he
had to burn down.
He didn't have to burn down the building. I'm just saying.
Burned down one building and suddenly.
All right, real quick.
No one ever lets you forget it.
Next section, Wendreda. By this time, Cuthwin is completely under your thrall. He's no longer just enamored with you. He's in a deep artificial love. He's showering you with more attention than you probably like in private times together. How do you take advantage of this, and how do you deal with it? Because this is not what you're used to.
No, so first off, ew, gross.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Well, since he has to, like, listen to her, she just tells him to leave her alone. Like, if she doesn't want to be around him, she's like, just leave. And of course he does, because he has to listen to her, and it really does make her uncomfortable. Because for 16 years, it's been mostly... She's lucky if she saw him once a year at times, and now she's suddenly seeing him all the time. Oh boy, she's not happy with that.
He will bother you less if you ask him to.
Oh, well, that would be good to know. But she does still need him around, though, for a little bit today, because she's got to ask questions.
Excellent. Cuthwin has been invited to King Beorhtric's midnight feast, and you're expected to be there as well. The Elderman is bringing a retinue, and you have the ability to dictate that retinue. Who will Cuthwin be taking with him to the feast?
Well, obviously Kinneric's going to be there, and he's not actually going to be there as like what's it called? As a guard. He's actually going to be there as someone who's important. Don't make that face. I'm not sure. Do any of you need a retinue? Because then I can just make shit up and be like, sure, they're coming too.
You don't
I think
have
it
a
makes
choice.
more
They're coming with us.
sense. Yeah, I think it makes more sense for Anarawd to be part of Wendreda's retinue than the bishops at this point, because that may be suspicious.
Well, the bishop is more than welcome if he needs be, and if Suni needs to, obviously, for whatever reason, and don't mess with them. I don't know if there's anyone else important that needs to be on there.
All right. Excellent. So it looks like you'll be taking Anarawd and Cynric and Suni with you. Excellent. Okay, Roswynn, you and Anarawd had quite the night, and it ended with nearly direct proof of Ethelwine's infidelity. Where do you want to go with that information? Do you have a plan on when you want to blow this up?
Well, my plan was to borrow Leif's churchman, his priest, to basically also spy on Ethelwine until he got the same proof with his own eyeballs, so that he could back it up at this, banquet with the king. Find an excuse for him to come to the banquet. I would tell Wendreda, to have him invited as part of the retinue, so that he would be there as a voice to say, yes, I know this is true. I saw it with my own eyes. And then I was also hoping that we might be able to go to the Danish village and see if we could find someone who would speak to the fact that Sir Childface, I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Agnar.
But we all know who. There we go, Agnar Childface had been hired by Ethelwine. So I'm hoping that we can get some ducks in a row here, and then I'm basically going to give this information to Cuthwin and be like, hey, here is what we know. Here is the proof. Do with it as you see fit. Because really, Cuthwin's the only one who has the say to be like, hey, this guy made moves against me. I have proof. He burned my grain stores and I am owed for this. So it'll knock Ethelwine down a peg. It'll expose his infidelity and hopefully get Cuthwin some payback for, what was destroyed.
Okay. All right. So, first things first. Upon attempting to contact Leif, you haven't seen him. He has not been around. He's been conspicuous by his absence. Upon going to Skaldmere, the Dane village, and if you look for him, you'll be told that his brother Hor has told him he had to leave. He and his son he's been exiled from Skaldmere under suspicions of witchcraft.
Do we know if Leif went with them? Like they all left together? Is that the story?
No, it was Leif and his son who were banished.
So the brother's still there. I got
the
it.
brother's still
okay.
The brother's the head man of Skaldmere. He's the one who exiled him.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I'm not really sure what to do with that information then, except I'll take what I know to Cuthwin. Unfortunately, my knowing about his infidelity means nothing. Like that helps in no way, shape, or form. So without something to back it up, I feel like my cards are played and I got nothing.
Well, you can still ask around the information. You still have another person you can ask to get that information around Skaldmere. You have a merchant.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. All right. So Unfortunately, that's kind of. But and I had some more for you. You've made the outfits for everyone. Difficulty 2 to create the clothes. You can take half, and you do a fantastic job. But are there any besides the rose dress? Are there any you want to stand out that you're willing to take a roll on to see if you get critical successes on them?
Wendreda.
Wendreda.
I want Wendreda to stand out.
Are you going to use Cat's Grace?
Ooh.
Not Cat's Grace, the celerity power.
Rush job.
Rush job.
Yes.
Does that
Yes,
require
which
a
is a
rouse
rouse
check?
check.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So throw that rouse check for me. All right.
And I'm hungrier.
And you're hungrier.
Okay.
It's the only reason I did this. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So roll your craft plus your dexterity plus craft plus dressmaking specialty, obviously, with your
Okay.
2 hunger.
Let's see. That would make it. Hold on. My brain is having a hard time with math tonight. It's 8.
It is only difficulty 2, but you're not taking half because you're looking. You're good. You got 4 successes. You did not get a critical success, but you did much better than good. You did great. You didn't crit, but you did great. You designed a wonderful dress. What's it look like? Paint the picture for us.
So I've made clothes for the entire retinue to wear to the King's banquet tonight. For Wendreda, I made her a gown of a very soft gold color, something that really catches the light in a warm way. It's very simple, but the silhouette of the dress is very flattering to her figure, so it's sure to attract lots of attention. For Beorhtric, I made him a very simple tunic, but it's a very fine black fabric. And where the tunic is fastened on the side, I've embroidered a very fierce looking wolf. Very, very simple, but very elegant. For Sunni, I want his merchant status to be loud and clear. So he has got a very fine silver silk tunic with an extremely elaborate dragon embroidery along the fastener. Something that'll really stand out to his wealth and power, because that's what we're trying to convey for him. And for Anarawd, a very fine blue tunic with gold trim, something that's very not overly ostentatious, but something fitting for a bard. And in a nod to the vision that he had at the christening, at the baptism. I've embroidered a gold lion on the tunic. And of course, I've also made a tunic for Cuthwin, something a deep red with some leather work along it, something that's very befitting of his status as a victorious warrior.
You have been invited this evening with Lady Winfled. So you were a part of her retinue this evening. That is how you could, of course, always be with Wendreda and her retinue, but you have also been invited by Ethelwine and Winfled. You are,
yes,
because there might be other reasons for that, which we may get to tonight. Excellent, Beorhtric. Starting 3 nights ago, everywhere you've gone, you've smelled flowers and blood. Not just any flowers, honeysuckle, jasmine, and violets. The mix of floral accents and blood is maddening when you're hungry. You've also begun to notice that every reflection of yourself that you see is grinning madly back at you.
That's super fun, but also incredibly disconcerting.
Side effects.
We drank the drug blood, and now I'm a wizard.
Sunni, you are beginning to be established in Winchester. Your dovecoat is operational. However, you are sure you are being stalked. What is your wits plus awareness dice pool?
Wits plus awareness, not that high. 2.
2. Okay, roll it and hope for a critical success, please. Difficulty 3.
I can't even credit. So
All right. Well, it's a failure, but the presence of many cats in your vicinity lately, everywhere you go, doesn't really seem to strike you as out of the ordinary. But there's just many cats everywhere. Almost everywhere you go, you are surrounded by cats. When you wake up at night, when you wake up at night, there are cats outside your haven. Never inside where you sleep, but just outside where you rest. There are cats, mangy
So-
cats.
if I started to notice an abundance of cats, I would probably start using Eyes of the Beast.
Absolutely.
Like-
Let's you want Eyes of the Beast. Okay.
Because even if they are, or sure, not Eyes of the Beast, Sense the Beast.
Sense the
Sense the
Beast.
Beast,
That's
not Eyes of the
okay.
Beast.
Yes.
The animalism one, not the protean one.
Yeah. Okay. I will give it to you without a roll, because none of these cats are supernatural. None of them have a beast. None of them seem to be aggressive towards you in any way. They are just there.
Interesting.
And they're loud. And that's all you really notice.
Don't love that they're loud. I'm not going to do anything to muzzle them, but I don't love that they're loud.
All right. So your dovecote is up and operational. You're surrounded by cats. Things are weird. And you've been told that there's someone looking for you. Correct? I think were you warned in character that the crone was looking for you?
No.
Oh, okay, so that never mind. You don't know that yet. Excellent. Fantastic. All right.
That since the last time.
Anarawd.
Yeah.
Anarawd,
It's not like I can text him. It's 800
Exactly.
AD, you know.
It's 800. It's right. You're right. Anarawd, you found the Winchester Mithraeum and a hoard of gold that then went missing. There are many
Yeah.
suspects. Do you want to investigate further? The suspects.
I'm really angry about the gold.
So there's one suspect. Kenrick needs to go beat up cat guy.
Yeah. The cat guy.
Just point him out to me.
He's got obfuscate. We're gonna find him. None of us have high awareness.
You've also been binding
All oblivious.
Bishop Aldrich, the Archbishop of Winchester, who will be attending tonight's feast. You've already chosen to go through the avenue with Wendreda, but you have plenty of channels to move through now. How are you beginning to? What are you envisioning your plan with the Archbishop to be?
So, Anarawd has seen the way that the Christian religion is weaponized against outsiders and people who do not conform to the let's just say the regular way of doing things, and he doesn't want to do this but thinks it's highly possible that at some point we are going to need to get the Archbishop to rile up the Christians against people like Aldhelm.
Okay.
Because we can't fight him on our own, but mortals can fight him during the day when he's asleep. So if we can persuade the local people that the so-called King of the Beggars, who has all those ravens and wanders around, is some kind of witch, then they'll take care of our problems for us.
Okay. I like that. I like where your head's
Literally in
at with this.
Chester, are we gonna start a witch hunt?
All right.
Do you want the Inquisition? This is how you get the Inquisition.
Would you all prefer to open the session with the coterie gathered before the feast, or would you like to directly into the middle of the major scene in media res? How would you guys like an opportunity to get together and talk about the things of last event? Because that's fine, we can do that, or we can jump right into it. It's up to you.
I mean, it would make more. It would be better for us if we got the opportunity to. If I got the opportunity to tell everyone all the horrible things that happened last week, so that they can be prepared.
What now, Anarawd?
But if you want to put us in media res, then you go right ahead for cinematic purposes.
Yeah, I think in media res is much better storytelling wise, but for players, having a chance to talk is great.
I feel like we could use a coterie meeting, but at the same time, I appreciate the chaos of just like, and you're at the banquet.
All right. That's 3.
Whatever you want to do.
That's 3. That's 3 for whatever I want to do. So it is July of 800 AD. The sun sets late, but King Beorhtric's summons cannot be ignored. Within the mead hall of Winchester, Winchester's royal compound, long tables are set with gilded silver draped in banners of the White Dragon of Wessex. Flickering by torch and whale oil lantern, yet for all its splendor there is something hollow in the air. Beorhtric, once hale, sits too straight, his color sallow, his eyes hollow, trimmed with hunger he does not understand. Guests murmur of strange illnesses. Night comes and the doors open, long past dark. This is no ordinary feast. As you arrive, the sun bleeds its last onto the western hills. The sky above Wessex is set ablaze, streaked in bruised gold and the purple hush of approaching light. Long shadows crawl like old regrets across the walls of Winchester, and with them a summons. Then thoom, thoom, thoom. 3 blasts from an ox horn roll across the city like thunder through the vale. The white dragon feasts beneath stars alone. So goes the call. The watchmen whisper it, the gossips repeat it, the wolves beneath the hills seem to listen. At the edge of the old Roman road stands the mead hall of Winchester, its high timbered bones shivering with banners, white dragons coiled on blue, twin scepters locked in fangs and tattered eagles, remnants of empire, mildewed and half devoured by time. It's a place of pride and rot, ceremony and shadow. The outer yard stirs like a stirred hive. Hooves chatter on cobbles as the nobility arrives. Thanes with gold-stamped helms, eldermen with eyes like iron. Their horses are handed off with whispered instructions. Their cloaks are shaken of dust, some ringed with embroidered saints, others with curling threads of foreign coats. Early arrival carries stories stitched into their sleeves. Servants, lean, pale, silent, pass among them like ghosts, gathering names, offering flasks of warmed wine, and slipping secrets into the ears of stewards and ink-stained fingers. Each one memorizes more than they write. Guards stand at the threshold, spears crossed when they choose. With dogs that do not bark but sniff and snarl low at every cat or burden. No bundle is left unexamined, no guest, however noble, enters unobserved. And above it all, the hall waits, its great doors shut tight, its braziers unlit, as though the feast itself dares not begin before the sun is buried. Inside, power stirs, hunger coils in the rafters and the old gods, be they dragon or cross or something far more ancient, await their due. Cuthwin arrives later than the other eldermen, once the sun is fully down. He arrives with his retinue. Wendreda, make your entrance. Who have you brought with you? Besides just yourself and the kindred, have you brought the bastard? Have you brought anyone else with you?
Yeah, I guess the bastard can come with us, especially if looking into doing something with him. Who else would be like important? Would like the steward be important to bring along as well? Would some like people that fight for him be part of it as well?
His thanes have already been invited, so most of the fighting men will be there. They may have arrived already. Cuthwin is known to be late recently because, he's got reasons now. But Beorhtric would definitely be one of the men who fight for him, who would be there, who is not a thane, which would be a little unusual, but you're making allowances for it this evening. So that in itself is a little unusual.
So yeah, anyone else that's important would obviously be there. None of that would change too much right now. You know, still feeling out this whole power thing.
As you approach, the guards make way for the Alderman Cuthwin and the entourage. The dogs begin barking as Suni approaches, as there are cats that are following, that have decided to, and have been attracted to the area. They seem to be following behind you, Suni.
And like, and I've already done enough to know that they're not supernatural.
They're not supernatural in nature, no.
Can I see these cats?
Everyone can kind of
But-
see these cats.
Can I do wits plus awareness?
You may make a wits plus awareness check if you like. Remember, Hunger 3.
And what am I aiming for?
3 successes.
3. Well, I have 6, so can I take half?
Yes, you may take half. Not only do you notice the cats that are surrounding Suni, there is a figure who stands out in the area. There are no beggars in the area. There are no peasants, except save one, a hooded figure slightly off in the distance at the bottom of the hill, dressed in an old raggedy robe. You can see from this distance that it's a hunched over figure. And it just seems to be watching the gathered nobles of Winchester.
And I could put 2 and 2 together that cats plus him equals the same thing.
You don't really put together that this person's controlling the cats, but this is something that you do note, that you notice. The cats and this person who stands out.
Okay, then that's good.
Meanwhile, Suni's just doing like,
Do you point this out to anyone, or should we all have a look for the cat person?
Well, definitely to Suni, she'd be like, so something about the cats. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I see a guy over there wearing a robe. He's kind of hunched over at the bottom of the hill. Might
do
want
I
to keep
see?
an eye. So you might want to keep an eye on if you see anybody wearing a robe.
If she
Do
points
I
him,
see this man when
if she points the figure out, you know it's not a man. It's too slight to be a man. From this distance, you've seen the cloak before too.
Yeah, I was meaning to tell you about that. So the
What?
copious felines. Do you remember that charming woman that we diced with that evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants her coin back.
Okay. Well, she can go talk to the Fae about that coin then.
So she's the one with the cats, I take it.
Apparently so. I mean, as curses go, it's fairly annoying, but it could be worse, right?
Could
Yeah,
be
I don't-
onions.
Don't mind the cats, and as long as I don't smell like, do I smell?
Oh, you don't smell. I mean,
Your
not
Danes are
anymore.
very
Not
cute.
any more than a normal Dane might smell in 800 AD.
Okay.
Still smell like herring to me.
Well, I suppose we just should I go talk to her now, or should we do this feast thing?
I mean, are the cats going to come in to the feast? There's a question.
Well, we
Have
were
the
just
cats-
we were just about to be getting into that. They don't seem to want to go past the dogs,
Okay.
but the
Good
guards,
doggos.
as you approach Suni, they do put their spears. They cross their spears, and they look at you and they say, "Are these your cats?"
If they were, would they be allowed in?
We cannot allow these cats. If they're yours, I need you to make a manipulation plus subterfuge. What is your manipulation plus subterfuge?
My manipulation plus subterfuge is 7.
It's 7. You can definitely take half to come up with a convincing cover story about these cats and why you should be able to get in.
I need them to pull my chariot.
I was actually just gonna have them stay here because I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. Like, the person who owns the cats is watching me and wants me, and I'm gonna go in, and the cats are gonna stay here. So if you could just, and now I'll start talking out loud. If you could just watch the cats for me, I'll come back for them at the end of the night. They don't need to come inside. They're good cats.
They visibly sigh, but they're used to some eccentric demands that have been made by nobles so far this evening that they just seem to go with it. You're taking half, your dice pool is high enough. But do you ask permission to enter?
Oh yeah, no, it's as part of the cat story, I will say, if you could just keep care of these cats for me, that would be great. I would just love it if I was allowed to go inside.
If you are represented by Alderman Cuthwin, and he gets a nod from the Alderman, then you may enter.
My thanks. It's always polite to be invited.
And everyone, I need you to make a composure plus performance roll for me. Difficulty 3 if you can take half. To see how well you fit in coming in. Most of you have not activated Blush of Health. As a matter of fact, no one has this.
We need to do that, right?
Yes.
If you want to,
Can I activate awe?
You want to activate awe? You can activate awe. Absolutely. You can activate awe if you like.
So it's composure and performance, you said?
Composure and performance, yep.
Could I do etiquette instead of performance?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
All right, let's see what I get.
There will be plenty of etiquette rolls tonight, though.
I can take half.
Take
If I
half.
use
Browse
presence.
check for I look like a human. And woohoo!
You work.
Oh boy.
All right.
So I'm blushed. I'm hungrier, and I can't compose myself.
You cannot compose yourself. Roll a D10, a normal D10, and tell me what you get. If you don't have a normal D10, I can roll one for you. Well, you got an 8. Okay.
Ocho.
So, paranoia. In social settings, the vampire treats everyone with suspicion, trying to get out of any and all engagements. This is the beast talking to you. You're now paranoid. You just smoked an entire bag of reefer. And the black helicopters are coming for you.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. All right. So you don't.
Cool, bro. Just be cool.
Keyword Kinnerick begins gathering attention, just based on his actions. And did anyone else fail that? Did anyone not get 3 successes?
Have I arrived yet? Because they're arriving as one retinue.
You'll be arriving next.
Am I? Okay.
Because there's just someone else coming with you that needs to come at night. Mm-hmm. All right, so you enter the hall. It's a high hall. There are banners everywhere. Long tables stretch out. Food has not been served yet, but the drink is out and it is merry, and people are drinking. All the aldermen, most of the thanes have arrived. Alderman Cuthwin almost immediately abandons you, Wendreda, to go speak with his thanes, leaving you with your entourage. Around this time, Ethelwine arrives with his entourage, which includes Juliana, Winfled, and you, Roswynn. You are the talk of the town because are you wearing the rose dress?
I'm wearing it.
All right. So you've activated Blush of Health.
I've activated Blush of Health. I did not get hungrier. I am activating Awe. Yeah. I'm here to turn some heads tonight. I'm showing up to the party.
All right. Make your composure plus performance roll.
Oh God, this is gonna be awful.
This is gonna set you for the night, to the beginning of your night. So tell me how you do.
I don't know what the difficulty was, but that's all I got.
It was difficulty 3, so you fail. So all right. So how we're gonna interact with that is we are creating a suspicion clock. So the more rolls that you fail, the more the clock will advance. When the clock reaches 12, things will happen. But as it stands right now, the feast is beginning. It is getting started.
I need to step outside.
Inside the hall, each guest is named aloud from a worn Roman dais, carved with saints, lions, and half-crumbled pride of empire. The Reeve's voice trembles when the names grow foreign, obscure, or cursed. You pass beneath the gaze of tapestry and firelight, a procession beneath ancestral eyes. Wessex kings stitched in gold, Saxon saints and hollowed blades, and older figures still. Roman gods, their faces blackened by soot, fading beneath centuries of Christian thread. The court is packed. Nobles murmur behind their hands. Several look directly at Wendreda's party as it enters. Or any name, how would you like to be addressed, Wendreda?
Well,
I
I'm
just wanna
addressed the
push
way I always am, so
Well, you have an opportunity. You have awe, and they ask how you wish to be addressed, so it's completely up to you. Would you like to? Is there a special title you'd like to give yourself tonight that you'd like to be announced as? Any ostentatious title that you want to affect for the evening?
well, yeah, now I do, but I can't come up with a name. I can't come up with a name to save my life.
That's fantastic. Make it composure plus etiquette. What difficulty 3, and you'll pass this check to be announced smoothly. Walk in with a noble bearing and avoid immediate scrutiny.
You say composure and etiquette?
Yes. What is your total dice pool?
7.
You may take half,
Take half.
and you represent yourself as you enter, and you are announced as Wendreda, Ealdorman's wife, Lady of the Southern Marches, beauty beyond compare. Anarawd, you're next. Is there anything you wish to be described as?
Oof. No. Just Anarawd, whoever his dad is. I didn't think of a name for him, so maybe actually no, I don't want any ceremony for this. I've only got 2 dice in composure plus
etiquette?
Etiquette anyway, so
All right, so you're just going to pass on this one. So
I'm gonna pass on this one.
All right, so you just pass on this one, and you can, as the Reeve goes to announce your name.
Oh wait, actually, I take it back. Because I can add my my awe to this.
Yes, you can add your presence to it.
Okay, I get 4 dice then, so that's not so bad.
All right. Well, what's your hunger now?
So what? 3.
All right, so it's composure plus performance with 3 hunger dice.
He fails and
Well,
kills the guy.
Kills
Did you
the
say
Reeve.
performance? Did you say performance or etiquette?
Composure plus etiquette. I apologize.
Okay, great. Yeah, 4 dice. And that's 3.
As you walk through, he stumbles upon your name a little bit. It becomes an Anarawd app. He can't get the last part that you conveniently don't know out, and he fumbles your British origin, and it doesn't bother you so much as it's just people look at you, kind of squint, and then look away. Kinerick, do you go through with this process, or you just pass through?
I don't wish to be addressed. I think he's bordering on wanting to activate Daunt as it is. He doesn't want people paying attention to him.
They say his name and he gets so paranoid he runs out.
All right, so you hustle past the reeve, and he does not announce you. Suni, are you announced?
Oh, of course.
How would you like to be announced? Well, let's roll, and then I'll let you decide how you're announced, depending on how you do. What's your composure plus etiquette?
Composure etiquette is 5.
5. You cannot take half. It is difficulty 3. What is your hunger?
1.
1. So very, very, very rare chance that you're going to brutally fail this. Go for it. And you got the 3 successes. So, how are you introduced?
I don't have a way with words like you do, but
okay.
As ostentatiously as possible. I want heads to turn, but I want it to turn in a, oh hey, that guy's a pretty cool guy. Maybe we could be friends with him.
Suni, merchant of the marches, recently baptized, friend of Cuthwin, friend of Wessex. You notice the other aldermen clap as you enter. Some of them you recognize have actually taken, and you've been told, have been using your dovecoat to send messages. So they've been a source of business for you. At the far end of the hall, a circle of burning oils and blackened incense swirls beneath a makeshift altar. There you see him, the wolf here. A half-mad Christian convert known only as the seer steps forward. He's clad in both monk's robes and tattered cloak of animal bones. He seems to call upon ancestors, angels, and unnamed shadows beneath the earth. He points at the coterie, sans Roswynn as she hasn't entered yet. Blood speaks louder than breath. May the honored dead drink from our silence tonight. He locks eyes with you almost knowingly. Then he hurls some herbs into the fire, causing it to flare violently for the moment. No one seems to pay any attention to him. This seems to happen almost unnoticed by the rest of the people in the feast. How do you respond to this?
That's not weird at all.
Can I use Sense the Unseen on him?
You can use Sense the Unseen on him if you like.
Oh, and I had meant to have Sense the Beast active as well.
Sense the Beast active as well? Okay. You do not notice any supernaturals or any beast or anyone really aggressive towards you. Sense the Unseen. Let me see.
So my wits plus aspects,
yep.
I believe.
It is wits plus aspects. It's free. Whenever there's something supernatural hiding in plain sight, you make a hidden roll of wits plus aspects against the difficulty they choose. That difficulty is 3.
That's a wash.
That's a wash?
Mm-hmm. Not a bestial failure, though, so that's good.
Okay. So you don't notice anything.
Or is it?
Did you? No, you didn't get a beast. No, you did not. You did not get a beast shield. Nope. So you look around and you notice Eldermen, Thanes, Stewards, the upper crust of Wessex. You've made it, Anarawd. Just a couple months ago, you were sitting in a feast. Not sure what was going on, and now here you are at another feast for the king. You've come a long way. How does that make Anarawd feel?
Well, he always wanted to get back to this level of prominence, having screwed up his first chance as a royal poet. However, he's not feeling very good about the vibes of this place. It feels like a trap. And this seer with his light show and weirdness is not helping. So he's probably feeling quite paranoid at this moment, but also, wants to put in a brave face, or a respectable face anyway, so that people will continue to, respect him.
Speaking of respect, you were actually pulled away from the main party, from your coterie, by the Archbishop,
Ah,
who, Anarawd, as he approaches you. You really must meet this visiting Jarl, I believe he calls himself.
a jarl?
A Jarl. Yes. Which he's an
A Dane?
an interesting Dane who's arrived. He says he knows.
Very well, Your Grace.
Yes. Come with me. Come with me. He leads you on, and I will get to you in a second as he pulls you away to meet with the Jarl. Suni, give me your wits plus awareness check again. I know it's not great. Difficulty 2. Nice. All right. You notice that in the rafter, as you're looking around, in the rafters, are cats.
Hey,
It's
they said you
beginning to
couldn't
feel
come in
like
here.
It's gonna be a problem. Nothing I can do about it though, because we're in polite company. So I will ignore the cats. The cats aren't real. There are no cats.
Ignore the cats. Fantastic. Kinnerik, you're paranoid. Things are weird. You see, there are mirrors, which are a rarity in Wessex time, in this era. They are leftovers. They are not something you see, but there are goblets, there are reflections, and you see yourself grinning back at you madly, insanely, from many different angles. And you smell the honeysuckle, the jasmine, the flowers, and blood.
What a fun time to be alive.
What a very fun time to be alive. Wendreda, you know most of the women here. Everyone's brought their wives. And everyone's remarking on how beautiful you are tonight, on your dress, how it compliments you, how whatever you're doing recently is making you look exotic and different. Maybe maybe it looks because you've lost. I don't know. They don't know. Maybe you've lost some weight in your face, or that you just appear slightly different than usual. No one's coming outright and saying anything, but they're saying that there's something different about you.
Yeah, of course there is. Of course, she doesn't say that out loud, but one of the things she does say is like, oh, but really, you should thank Roswynn, my dressmaker. She's the one that makes me look just so fabulous. Maybe that's why I look so different, is I have a better dressmaker.
Oswin, the dressmaker. The woman who works for Ethelwine.
Yes, that one.
Interesting. Wonderful. We will definitely have to speak with her, but is that all you're doing? Are you sure there's not something new? We very rarely see you at morning prayer anymore.
Well, perhaps it's a new wine that we have that's just making me look different. Maybe it's making me lose a little bit of weight.
Well, whatever you're doing, you're going to have to share the secret with us.
Oh, maybe someday I will. But for now, I think I'll keep my secret as is.
One of them turns to you and she looks. She goes, I also hear that you now control your husband very well. Have you achieved this?
I'm gonna kill him. Jesus Christ. Oh God. After being gone for so long, it seems that he's changed ever since coming back. I can't explain how or why, but we seem to be, and of course, she grits her teeth just a little bit to say, getting along.
The king's wife is in attendance, and she spots you from across from the way. You've met her before. She is the daughter of Offa of Mercia. Mercia holds supremacy currently over Wessex. The current king is a subordinate of King Offa's of Mercia for the time being. At least for the time that matters right now, which is currently. She is the daughter of the king. And she just looks across the way at you, and she smiles, and she gives you a wave. Now, this is probably the first time she's ever officially waved to you that you can remember.
That's new.
Rooney waves back enthusiastically. And the murmurs erupt over the lack of etiquette for just a moment. But then someone claps you on the back, and they seem enthralled with your clothes. Sir, who is your tailor?
You're muted.
You're so muted.
So it'll be suspicious if you guys keep complimenting me. It needs to be, oh, this old thing? Yeah, I got it years ago.
Was that me accidentally stealing the focus? I didn't mean to steal the
That's
focus.
okay,
Yes,
no.
you did.
But it's okay, it happens. It's a feast. Everyone gets the focus tonight.
Okay, I totally did not intend for that to happen. These are the types of clothes that you can afford when you do business with me and my group.
Ooh, wonderful. Your group. The Merchants of Skaldmere, correct?
Well, we're branching out under my advisement. We've started to set up a shop. We actually have a dovecote in Winchester. There's a butcher shop in Skaldmere. We're planning on expanding more.
Something I might be interested in participating in. Perhaps we can do business at some point. We will speak.
I'm always interested in more endeavors. Diversification is the key to success.
Indeed. Roswynn. As Ethelwine has made his way through the hall, it is time for his calling of the names. I would like you to make a composure plus etiquette. What is your dice pool?
7.
7, so you can take half. And how are you introduced? Unless you're looking for that critical success.
No. I'm not looking for a critical success. And honestly, as someone who is of low standing in the court, I feel like this is another instance where she is trying to shine tonight, but she doesn't need to have a spotlight on her, so she'd probably just step on through. She'd let Ethelwine and Winflet are going to make their announcements, and she's just stepping on in.
Make a manipulation plus persuasion check. Plus,
Okay.
remember to add your looks.
+1 to social.
Difficulty 3. What's your total? Aww.
Why are you in here, mister? Hi. Let's see. And then do I get to add anything to that for awe?
Yeah, you get to add your presence.
Okay. Oh God! If that wasn't a success, I will take.
You got a success. You did. You got a You got a success. You did.
I don't know.
Even though you did get 2 brutal failures, you did still get the successes you needed. As you walk in,
I was gonna say, please no.
heads turn as you enter. So it's a combination of your striking good looks, the dress you're wearing, the company you're keeping, and your poise. You absolutely turn heads. All the heads. Not only do you turn heads, you also notice you get looks. Very appraising looks, but there's a lot of jealous looks as well. There's a lot of, oh no, what is she wearing? Why am I not so good looking looks that you're getting? You're getting a lot of shade thrown in your direction. There are whispers. There are rumors that begin that start just on your very presence this evening. You may have started a war, Helen of Troy.
Oh, ooh, okay, interesting. It wasn't my intention, but okay.
This is the rose dress. You knew what you were getting into, Toreador.
She finally wore the dress to the party. It was bound to happen.
As you enter, the seer begins his theatrics again. He begins moving around, hopping from one leg to the next, invoking the ancestors. Is he a seer? Is he a fool? None can really seem to tell. But he begins talking about our knight benefactors, the real powers behind the throne. And he chuckles and he laughs and he goes, of course I mean Offa and Mercia, the real power in the night. And he kind of smiles a toothless grin, and he throws more flame, more herb into the flame and causes it to spark again.
I know I have no wits and awareness, but is there a way that I could perchance see what herb he's throwing?
Give me a resolve plus occult.
Not a better roll.
What's your total?
That's 3.
That's 3. Your difficulty's 2. But go for it. Roll it. You have no idea if he's having a vision or if he's touched or what's going on or what he's throwing into fire. But would anyone like to make a wits plus insight difficulty 2?
Sure.
I mean, I would love to make that roll.
Sure, I have 4.
Oh, okay. Critical. I'm just going to go with the critical and let everyone's going to get this information because we got a critical. The nobles seem to be react in fear versus fascination to Wolfram. They already seem to suspect. You can already tell that they kind of fear what he's doing. And you, with that insight that you just got, because you got a critical, you hear whispers. They are worried about the supernatural. That they are worried that they are being lured here to be some kind of for some kind of supernatural summons. That the seer is usually only here when the king wants to do some quasi-Christian, quasi-pagan ritual. But the food and the booze is good, and the party is fine, so they're all here for that. But they're unsure what is going to happen this evening.
All right.
Servants begin to pass around silver goblets filled with black mead and mulled wine. You were saying, Joshi?
To be clear, just the nobles, or is Beorhtric as well afraid?
You haven't seen Beorhtric yet.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen the king yet. You've seen his wife. You've seen the other nobles, but you have not seen Beorhtric yet.
Is she likewise afraid?
She doesn't seem to be.
So it's just the nobles who are afraid, and not the
right, and not the royal household.
Hosts.
Yes.
She's used to the king's shenanigans, right?
She must be.
This
She's
is
been
just a
married to him.
Wednesday.
Yeah. This is a Wednesday. At one point, the cupbearer offers. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask for like the backstory of my character. Would this be like the first time that Roswynn has been to the king's court, or is this something that like just happens every so often?
This does not happen. Where all the
Okay.
thanes and all the aldermen are invited.
This is very unique.
Do you take cups from the cupbearers that bring refreshments?
I'll take a goblet of wine and pretend to sip it every so often, just to look normal.
Well, I have that wonderful ability where I can eat and drink food, so that's what I do to keep up appearances. On top of all that gorgeous awe I have going on.
Fantastic. How about you, Anarawd? What are you up to? You're off with the Archbishop, but are you I'm going to get to you in a second, but are you taking goblets?
Yeah, I'll take a goblet and sip. Later on, I'll spew it up on the side of the road or something.
Okay, Kinnerick?
I eye the cupbearer, but I take two and sniff at them to make sure they're only wine.
They are only wine. Or mead, depending on what you chose.
One of each.
At one point, Anarawd, one of the cupbearers comes up to you and goes, "If there's something else you wish to drink, sir, we do have that available as well." And he just says it subtly, not very subtly, but openly to you, and then wanders away.
Very interesting. It's one of those parties. Okay.
Titty party.
And there was me worried about vamping out and weirding everybody out. No, it's fine. It's going to be great. Don't worry about it.
And just as everyone begins to settle in for the evening, the king finally appears, high upon the dais. He's pale. His eyes are sunken. He's regal, but clearly unwell. He raises a silver chalice, and a little bit of blood red wine tips out from the top of it. And he declares, "Let the sun rest behind the hills, and let those who dream in shadow be welcome in the hall of the dragon." He then looks across the hall, and he looks at Wendreda longingly for a moment. "Those with noble blood, seen or unseen, let your oaths weigh heavy tonight." And then a final horn sounds, and the feast begins. We're going to take our 10 minutes right here, folks, and we'll be right back for the main feast. See you soon. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us while we stretched our legs, used the bathroom, got a snack, got a drink, did all the things we need to do to keep playing. All right, I want to do a quick mid-session check-in, make sure everything's good. We haven't had anything controversial tonight, so everything should be good. All good with Roswynn? All good with Anarawd?
Haven't killed anyone yet.
Excellent. All good with Joshy? How about you, Keywork?
I'm good.
Ellie? Fantastic. The long tables groan under the burden of splendor. Honey-glazed pork glistens beside steaming loaves split wide to reveal golden marrow. Whole eels lie coiled like serpents, their pale bellies ringed with mustard blossoms and sprigs of water mint. Thick trenchers of dark rye drip with rich spiced gravy, and bowls of blood-red berries sit like offerings, overripe, shining, almost too dark to be wholesome. The air is thick with the scent of roast fat and clove smoke. Somewhere beneath it, something raw, iron maybe, something older. Torchlight dances off gilt silver and polished horn. Trays pass hand to hand, and sweat beads on noble brows despite the evening chill. The hearth fire roars, but the warmth clings to the center. It does not reach the corners. Shadows nest there, undisturbed. At the high table, King Beorhtric rises. He lifts his mead horn, carved with aurochs, chased in dragon bone, and speaks. May all who rule by day honor those who master the night. There's a ripple of laughter, of discomfort, of questions left unspoken. Once it's custom, twice it's poetry. By the third time it becomes tradition. By the fourth time he raises that horn, voice louder, now eyes listening. May all who rule by day honor those who master the night. It's not a toast. It's an invocation. You're all seated in separate areas next to different thanes and eldermen who are feasting around you. The king has just given this toast, this invocation 4 times. I want to know how each of you react to what's going on around you. Everyone feasting, enjoying themselves. The king being the king.
Well, she hearing that, she looks at the king and is wondering if there's anything that she could sense or whatever about him, because her spidey senses are tingling a little bit.
Hey, how's Kinnerick doing?
I'm looking to see who's doing what, like who isn't eating, because I know what the king has said kind of rings through as a Canite thing to say, and not all Canites can eat without being sick, so... But he's just kind of like looking around and looking at the king and his coterie.
Give me a Wits Plus awareness check. Difficulty 3. Everything seems normal. Even the fact that certain people aren't eating anything. Nothing really sticks out. You probably don't really see Roswynn, or you notice that Anarawd's probably not eating much. Sunni's probably not eating terribly much, but it doesn't seem unusual that the king's not eating much. It just seems normal. The queen is just pecking at her plate.
Whenever anybody makes eye contact with me, I snatch a bite off the turkey leg that I have.
All right. Joshi, what are you doing during the feast?
How much deja vu is this for me?
This seems less like the first feast, more like the second feast. This seems more like the Thanes, the thing at the Mead Hall, less like the feast where you were embraced. But does it feel like a trap? Give me a Wits Plus Insight check.
Wits Plus Insight.
Difficulty 3.
See if it's a trap. Oh, I could take half then.
Okay, if you take half, you notice that the guards have moved to all of the entrances and exits.
As if keeping us in.
Yes.
Okay. That's and does Eyes of or blah, blah, blah. Sense the Beast? Does that ping anything off of our king and queen?
Oh, they have no beast. They don't seem to be aggressive towards you.
Okay. I will continue playing the charade until something happens.
Anarawd, you've been seated next to the bishop. And Jarl Agnar. It's a similar name. It's the exact same name, but it looks nothing like the Agnar that you knew before. It just
This is a better Agnar.
This is a better Agnar. And he seems
He has
well
a beard?
dressed. He does have a beard. No gold rings in it. Though he's dressed in fine clothing, not quite as fine as Sunni's. His hair is braided and pulled back in a style that's not usually seen among Saxon men. Ever. But he has been seated next to you and the bishop, and he is voraciously eating his meal. As is the bishop. who's not. He's digging into eel like no one's business. What are you doing during all this? The conversation was banal and benign, but the Archbishop did mention something about some documents that you have that he would like to look at. Have you brought up the Horde with him at all?
I haven't. I don't think that this would be a good time, though, given
Probably
that we're in
not.
polite company. No, I haven't. It occurs to me, though, that probably I ought to have interrogated him about it. And now some things fall into place.
So the bishop has been very interested in networking you to other people here. Thanes, Elderman, Jarl.
Right.
And he's been introducing you and trying to get you to, well, quote unquote, he's not using the term gigs, but he's trying to find you patrons to play for.
And Anarawd will play the part. He will charm them as best that he can. In that he's thinking about other things at the same time, but he's good at working people, so that's just what he's doing right now.
Okay.
If that's the wild ride that the bishop's trying to take me on right now.
The bishop tells you to wait, that you will be meeting the king at some point this evening. He wants to introduce you specifically to His Grace King Beorhtric.
Interesting. Thank you. That would be quite the honor.
Roswynn. The rose dress has been a success this evening. This is the biggest event you've probably ever been to in your life. You are seated with Ethelwine, who is sitting between Juliana and Winfled, with you on the other side of Juliana. So you're not seated next to Winfled.
Of course I'm not.
I would like you to make a Wits Plus awareness check for me.
It's plus awareness. My awareness rating 2. I'll roll a willpower on that one.
Okay.
Just because I feel it. I need something here. I need something.
Oh.
Oblivious. Just oblivious.
So as you're looking around, you notice you're oblivious to the commotion going on under the table next to you.
Oh dear.
Okay.
All right. So you're oblivious to what the what is going on between Juliana and Ethelwine at the table at the moment. But there's a look of consternation on Juliana's face. And you do notice that at this moment. Winfled seems to be oblivious to anything going on and just seems to be enjoying herself completely. She is digging into gleaming pork and just going to town, having just a wonderful time. She's drinking. She's a little hiccupy, a little giggly at this point, as most everyone seems to be getting louder and more boisterous as the night goes on. This is quite the feast. Did you bring your harp with you, Davey?
Naturally.
The Archbishop is goading you to play. Would you care to play this evening?
Well, I'll make a show of being like, oh no, I couldn't possibly, but then I'll instantly jump up and begin to play a song. I think what he does actually is he steals a glance at Roswynn in her rose dress, and then he proceeds to play a song, which is the legend of Bloodyweth, the woman made of flowers created by Gwydion the Sorcerer as a wife for Theotho Givus. She was made of broom, meadowsweet, oak, and even though roses are not in the story, he puts roses in the story just for thematic purposes. And he gives you a kind of a raised eyebrow as he sort of swings by playing the harp.
All right. Now you can easily take half on
I
your
could take half.
on your
What if
on your manipulation plus performance. You can take half, but you don't. If you want to, you don't have to.
manipulation or charisma?
Let's go charisma because you're making an impression. You're not trying to change anybody's. You're not trying to change anyone's mind. You're just trying to make an impression. So charisma.
Okay, so that is 8 dice.
What is your hunger?
My hunger is 3.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I think I'll probably take half on that.
Okay, so you put on
I'll
a.
just-
You sure? You
I'll-
don't want to
I'll-
go for the crit?
Ah, fuck it. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Heavy.
Here.
I'm not gonna kill anyone tonight.
But I'm an attention-seeking, egocentric jerk. I can't help myself.
And you got your awe active. You remember awe is active.
Mhm.
I had forgotten that Awe is active, so that's
Awe-
actually 10.
That's 10 dice.
Yeah,
Oh, you
even
got
with
this.
even with the -2 for
Yep, -2
Uh,
because you are singing to Christians.
you don't like my stuff as much. I went for the crit, and I got
you
the
got
crit.
the crit. You got not only
Oh,
did you get
wow.
the crit, you got you got 10 successes.
I am good at one thing.
You play beautifully. A hush falls over the entire feast. A single teardrop appears at the corner of King Beorhtric's eye. And his wife reaches up and brushes it away. As you play. As you finish, the entire feast erupts into an applause. And you just beam with pride. And the bishop stands up and says, "Yes, this is my bard. Wonderful. Wonderful." And
Thank you. Thank you.
And everyone just claps, and then they go back to their meal. Roswynn, you have gotten much attention. This song has drawn even more attention to you because it was really on the nose, and it really fit. So you have much more attention surrounding you now. Do you have the eat food merit?
I do not. I do not. What I've been doing this entire time and what I do at most of the banquets is I try and do that like a Hollywood actor's trick where I play with my fork a lot and I like cut up food and bring it to my mouth but then put it back down on the plate, you know? Like I'm giving the illusion that I'm eating but no food's actually going in.
That sounds like quite the performance. Give me manipulation plus performance check.
I have no performance.
What kind of Toreador are you?
No performance.
You may throw your
Horseman. Oh, my awe. I get to add my awe to that.
Reroll that.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean you don't need to reroll it because you
Yeah,
crit.
it's only
You got a
it's
crit.
one more dice.
You got a
It's one
crit.
more dice.
You got a crit. Go with the crit.
Okay, I'll keep that.
You arouse no suspicion with your performance. It goes off without a hitch. You could not have planned it better. The beast is sated. Your hunger is contained. Songs are being sung about you now. Sure, it's by your coterie mate, but they don't know that. Things are looking up. Unfortunately, the aesthetic is not so great here. It's not the most pretty of places. So it's a little bit offensive to you, other than your dress and the clothes you've made, and no one else is quite up to your standard.
You can kind of see my eyes darting around in the room. Like I can't really settle on one place. Like I'm trying to observe what other people are doing, but I keep getting stuck on how ugly that chandelier is.
Then every once in a while, you spot a cat. And we've lost Josh. Josh, the feast is going well. You're being introduced. Suni's being introduced to people left and right. A networking. Everything seems to be going very well. You don't eat food either, do you?
I do not have the eat food merit. Yeah, no, I make do.
I'll have you make a manipulation plus performance check for me as well.
Manipulation.
Difficulty
plus
3.
performance.
Awesome.
I have to re-roll those 3.
Okay.
And the dice want what the dice want.
The dice want what the dice want. Now you have the choice. Would you like to go with your clan compulsion, or would you like to roll a random one?
I like the clan compulsion.
Let's go with covetous.
There's a guy with rings in his beard over here.
Is there?
Well, there is a man with quite a bit of gold in the
Oh
room.
shit.
You are seated near Ethelwine. And his hair is slicked back. He's dressed finely because Roswynn has probably made his outfit for him. And he has gold rings on each of his fingers. His hair is oiled. He looks very well, very good, very dapper. Yes, he's a very dapper man.
Okay. First things first. I would love. Is there an alcove, a recess, a corner that's not too lit up that I can slink into?
Your wits plus awareness, you don't really find. You'd be hard pressed to really spot one conveniently.
Well, I'm gonna go to the best corner that I can find.
Okay, that's good. Yep.
And I'll turn my face into clay.
Ooh, make your rouse check.
Uh,
What's your hunger at now?
2.
2. Fantastic. All right, so you make your face cloak. What ends? What are you doing?
I am making myself I'm going to look like screw it, I'm gonna look like the lady, the one who wants me. The one who wants to talk to me right now.
So you're just your face.
Just my face. I'll adjust my height if I can adjust my height.
I don't think you can adjust your height just yet. I think you need the next version of it.
The next version is to do it to others.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm thinking old vicissitudes. You're right. You can change your height. So you're kind of squishing yourself down. This is okay. I want to see if we're going to see if anyone notices this. I'm going to make a general wits plus awareness check. Actually, I'm going to have you make a dexterity plus stealth check, difficulty 3, to see if any of the guards spot you.
Good lord. Okay. I rouse my blood.
Yep.
To make this pool doable.
You're not hungrier.
Hey! Not hungrier. Okay. So that is a 1 equals 2 right now, right? Because
Yes.
of blood potency?
Yes, because your blood potency, yes.
So I get to roll a 4 dice.
All right, as you're in the corner, you begin to change yourself. And you put one hand on your head and you kind of push down and apparently compress your spine, shorten your limbs, maneuver your face, and you hear a gasp from next to you as a guard looks over and his face just turns completely white. But he suddenly turns and looks away.
Before he turns and looks away, I'll reach out to him.
Okay.
Lock eye contact.
Okay.
Should you speak of me, you won't speak of me. And that'll be submerge directive.
All right, roll it, because this could go wrong.
I have to do this because, the whole
Well, there's no masquerade, but have fun with that. Submerge directive. Let me get that book. I don't have it out.
Is it mesmerize you're doing or submerge directive?
submerge directive. If he tries to talk to me, he cannot talk. If he tries to talk about me, he instead is unable to talk about me.
I feel like that's still mesmerize though.
It still sounds like mesmerize to me. Do you want to use mesmerize instead? You might not. You might not have to use
Because
submerge
directive is when they like don't know about it, right? It's the Manchurian Candidate one.
Yes.
There you go. Yep, the Jason Bourne one.
Okay.
Unless you don't have mesmerize, then you can use submerge directive.
I do have mesmerize.
Okay.
Instead, then I'll submerge directive. If he decides to talk to me, if he reveals what he saw, he instead reveals all his sins to the bishop. So when he goes to talk about me, the words that come out are about himself instead of about me. Does that satisfy submerge directive, or is it?
I think that's fine. Because I don't know if it's actually going to come up, so go for it. Roll it. It'd be even better if you get another bestial here. But,
Sure. Manipulation, dominate versus intelligence, resolve.
Yep. So he's at a whole whopping 2.
Manipulation, dominate is 3, 7.
Yeah, you're good. You just scrambled his eggs. He just turns, and he just kind of like his eyes go blank for a moment, shakes his head, and he turns away from you.
Have a good night, my friend.
He's like, "Yes, have a good night, my friend."
And then I continue rearranging my face.
All right. Give me a wits plus awareness check, Suni.
Wits plus awareness. This is going so well tonight.
You have such terrible wits plus awareness. No, you don't notice that someone from the dais is watching this happen. You don't notice this.
Okay, and we've declared that my covetousness is the rings on Ethelwine.
Yeah, I guess that's what you seem to be going for. I just described that he had rings on his hands, but thanks for bringing that up. That's what you want to go for.
I mean, not to be that guy, but
Yeah.
It is on you to declare what I want.
I know it is. I'm just messing with you. Yes, you want the rings on Ethelwine's hands. Yes, I was just having some fun with you.
Okay. Does anyone want to interrupt, or should I continue?
I don't know if I can. I'm somewhere else.
Yeah, he's elsewhere.
Yeah, we're all in one room, aren't we?
Roswynn's
Plus,
close
you don't
by.
even look like yourself anymore. So how are we supposed to know it's you?
Yeah, no, you
Well, I just meant as far as the scene goes. Does anybody want to have a moment, or should I continue my scene?
Oh no, we'll continue.
No,
your scene.
no, keep going.
No, go ahead, keep going. Go ahead.
Okay, so I will return to Ethelwine.
Who is enamored with the person he is sitting next to, who is not his wife. His wife, you are sitting next to Winfled. You can see Ethelwine next to Winfled and the rings on his hands. They're beautiful. They're much nicer than the ones on his wife's hands. Like his wife's got paltry rings compared to the beautiful rings on his hands. You must have them. And he seems enamored with the woman sitting next to him, Juliana.
It's great that I changed my face because Juliana still doesn't know my face, and that's good. It would be a Dex plus larceny to just take the rings without him noticing.
It would be
I
a Dex
assume?
plus larceny with a very high difficulty.
With a very high difficulty.
Probably a difficulty of 4.
That, I don't want to do that. So... I've made myself into essentially a crone, right?
Yes, essentially the crone. Yes. In your clothes, dressed in a fine silver outfit.
I've made a mistake. I return to my corner. And I make myself look like a beautiful woman.
All right.
Tall, slender, cheekbones, perfect teeth.
Rouse it.
Should have done this in the first place.
You do not get hungrier.
Yay, you're getting good at this.
You're getting good at this. As now you lengthen yourself, you stretch your limbs, you puff out your chest, you do whatever you have to do to fill out your outfit to try to appeal apparently to Ethelwine.
Yeah, I've just made myself
Yes.
the most attractive woman in the room, and I will slink over to Juliana and
Please.
excuse me.
Please let me use this as a trap for this bastard.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it when a plan comes together.
Ethelwine looks up, his eyes get bigger. He's like, "Whoa, how I don't believe we've met."
No, I don't believe we've met either. I am
This is some Bugs Bunny shit
Suna.
right here.
My name is Suna. I reside in Skaldmere. It's lovely to meet your acquaintance tonight.
Do you offer your hand?
I was wondering. Yes, of course.
He takes your hand in his. The ringed hand in your hand.
Snatch and run.
Yeah, we've got eye contact, so is he gonna do the kiss the hand thing? Is that
No, he's not. No, he's not kissing the hand. He's just taking your hand for a moment. He's not kissing. We're not quite to kissing your hand in England yet.
Okay, all right. Submerge directive again. When you release my hand, there will be rings in my hand.
All right, I'm going to give you a stain.
Subtle like a brick.
I'm going to give you a stain because we're pushing into acting like using our powers to get there, acting like a beast, not like a man. One of our convictions. So I'm going to give you a stain, but that's okay. It's just
I have to have it because of compulsions.
Compulsions. Yep. So you take the stain. All right, make your submerged objective roll. Five successes. Yep. All right. So his eyes glaze over as you begin talking to him. And as he begins to move his hands, his other hand comes up and he takes his rings off and he just leaves them in your hands. And Winfled looks up and she goes, "What are you doing?" As she slaps him.
A gift? For me? You shouldn't have. We've just met.
I even had to respond.
Is this your lady wife?
And she just slaps him and she pushes back on the bench and she leaves. And he just stumbles and he finally comes to and he doesn't even seems to know what happened. he puts his hand on his face, and he sees his wife leaving, and he looks over at Roswynn, he looks at Juliana, he looks at you, and then he just gets up and starts following after her, not even caring about the rings in your hand.
Yeah, the rings were already I would have tried to conceal them as best as I could as soon as the slap happened.
Okay, I'm not even going to make you roll for that because everyone's too concerned looking at the slap.
And now I will mingle.
There you're going to mingle. Fantastic.
Hello. As this,
Meet you.
say, as the beautiful woman.
I am Suna.
All I can think of is Santina Morella. Beorhtric. Well, actually, Roswynn, you saw all this happen. What do? Your touchstone has just fled.
I feel like I'm staring on in a bit of shock.
You don't know who this woman is.
I don't know who this woman is. So I'm staring on in a bit of shock, and I feel like I'm gonna roll a wits plus awareness to see if I can get a better feel for Juliana and like what she's about tonight. Because again, I don't even really understand why she was invited here. Like, she's not a member of my household. The fact that Ethelwine would bring her as a member of his retinue is extremely odd to me. So I want to see if I can get like a better beat on her.
Actually,
because
give
right
me
now,
in order to do that, give me a wits plus politics roll. Difficulty 2.
wits plus politics. The same as my wits plus awareness. So here we go. Hey.
You got your 3 successes. You needed 2. Fantastic. It's pretty simple. She represents Charlemagne's court here. Her husband was recruiting people to come for the coronation, and she is seen as just a kind of a get for Ethelwine.
Okay.
As kind of a status bump for him, having one of Charlemagne's courtiers in his retinue looks good on him. I don't know how great that's going to be now with what's just happened, but yes.
Okay, interesting. All right, has she been eating food tonight? Is she acting like a normal person?
She has been eating food.
Okay.
She's been drinking wine. She's been acting like a normal person.
Okay.
However, she did seem, when Anarawd got up and sang, she did get very quiet for a moment. As if she recognized him.
I didn't even notice that she was here.
That's right.
Well, hey, she has secrets too.
Yes, exactly. You got pulled away by the archbishop. You didn't have time to see her. Everyone's got secrets. Beorhtric, where you're sitting, you're still paranoid. It's going to be a paranoid night for you, unfortunately. It's going to be very rough. But no one is sitting next to you. Not at first. But then, there is someone sidles up to you. It's the seer. He sits down and he grabs a bit of pork with his bare hands and begins eating into it. And he leans over, pork in hand, and he just looks at you and he goes, "Not eating tonight, are ya?"
I have eat food. I'm eating.
You are. Oh, you do have eat food and you are eating. So he says it anyway. He says it anyway. Confidently. "Not eating, are ya?"
I had some bad meat. My stomach doesn't feel well, and there's strangeness about.
Strangeness? Tell me about the strangeness. I'm all about the strangeness.
Well, there's yourself, and then there's this banquet.
I bathed
after
for this
sunset.
banquet.
I have friends who had a bath.
I bathed for this banquet. There's nothing. The king. The king just wants to feast his guests on this fine evening. There's nothing unusual about that.
The rafters are full of cats.
That is strange.
Sorry, I couldn't get that out.
That is unexpected. There's a plague of cats upon this city recently, and we really have no idea how to get rid of them.
and why are you here? What was with the ceremony with the entrances?
Why am I here? I'm here for all of these. Every event like this since I was young. The king and I, we go back from our youth. I've always been a little touched in the head, a little close with God and the gods, and he's always had a soft spot for me.
Which is it? The god or the gods?
Guess it just really depends on who you're talking to.
Well, this is my first of these, and I guess I don't know who I'm talking to.
Ah, yeah, of course. Wolf here. My name's Wolf here. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you, I know who you are. You beat the other wolf here to death. One punch, they said. Killed him cold. And then you broke the shield wall against Agnar Childface. You have reputation,
deny
sir.
it.
You have reputation, sir. But he leans in. But I smell flowers.
You are touched in the head, then.
Don't you smell flowers? Honeysuckle, jasmine, violet.
I smell meat. And sometimes blood.
Blood? Whose blood? Now I wonder, whose blood you smell? While you're having this conversation, give me a wits plus awareness check, Kenrick. Difficulty 2. You got 3. All right, you notice coming in from the back is barrels are being rolled in by Baldwin. Baldwin Bodkin, rolling in more barrels of mead and wine. The Cooper.
Oh boy, the Fae.
Wolfear looks up. It's Baldwin with more of the delicious wine and mead he always brings.
Then enjoy a flagon, so I don't have to hear you talk.
You are such a disposition, Mr. Cyneric. Sir Cyneric. Such a disposition. I'll leave you to it this evening. But I just wish you would smile like your reflection does. And with that, he just gets up and walks away.
Shake my head.
Wendreda. Cuthwin is showering you with attention, but also giving attention to where he's also doing his bit tonight. What are you doing while he's doing his part?
Everything feels a little weird. So I kind of look around, to the king and then the queen and then over to Ethelwine's table with everything happening and just kind of watching and wondering if there's anything that I noticed that might be missing or off because, again, everything just feels weird. It's not like other feasts that she's been to because she's been to a lot. She knows how these things go. This is different. Something isn't right.
Give me a wits plus politics roll. What's your dice pool for Wits plus Politics?
It's a 5.
It's a 5. Your difficulty's 3, so you do need to roll for it.
Do I add awe to it as well?
No,
No,
this
okay.
is the mental check. You can't
Can I willpower?
Yes, you can willpower, but only re-roll 1 dice.
Boo.
You can't quite put your finger on it, but there is definitely something wrong about this feast. It's as if it's for guests who aren't here, but you really can't put your finger on who these guests might be.
Yeah, because
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, because it just doesn't feel right, because maybe noticing that some people aren't eating and some are, and just everyone here makes her, again, her spidey senses are up. She's like, something's probably gonna happen, and I don't know what, but something feels wrong. She's paranoid now too, and she's not even paranoid.
A tall Thane Erdwolf of Hamforda approaches you, Wendreda. He's tall, pale, he's got scars across his knuckles and the jaw, and he only seems to drink when other people bring their glasses up. That's when he seems to do it as well. And he kind of walks up to you while you're eating, and he sits down. Because the last time I feasted, it was in the north. And he leans in, and the dead knocked at the doors. And he kind of just leans in and looks at you for a moment, looking over you, almost through you. Deeply at you. And then for a second, he reacts, he shrugs, and he just backs away from you and leaves.
That's not weird at all. So what was that all about?
Who do you say that to? Because Suni's not there. Suni's
She's
not...
kind of saying, she's kind of thinking that in their head, what the hell was that just about? And kind of looking around to see if anybody else might have seen or heard that, kind of like if Cuthwin or somebody saw that, because that was weird.
If you have eye contact, you can tell him to do something.
He never makes eye contact. That's what's weird. He kind of just backs up and yes. Eventually, one of the cupbearers comes back around to each of you at some point and asks you, "Would you like a drink? Is there something else that's we haven't provided that you may want?" The only people that don't get asked this is Suni. But of the 4 of you, Suna does not get asked this. Here we go. Suna does not get asked this. Suna is still at the party, kind of uninvited at this point, but sort of fitting in.
Party crasher!
Alright, Anarawd will bite. He kind of says, yes, well, if you have a special vintage for me, then I could be persuaded.
Of course, master. And does anyone else take up the offer of a special vintage?
Sure, why not?
Sure,
I'm
why
curious.
not? Same. And if it is what I think it is, I'm pretty hungry, so...
A cupbearer returns to each of you in time with a lead goblet, heavy with liquid.
Give it a little sniff.
Smells of iron. A little bit like a coppery, kind of maybe a coppery smell to it as well.
I'll take a little, I'll just let my tongue touch it just so I can make sure that it's like mortal blood and not something else.
It's blood, all right, but it's kind of cold. congealed a little bit. It's probably not even human. Has no resonance whatsoever.
Not what I expected.
Recognizing what we had just been offered and where we are at the moment, I am going to make it a point to, because I'm going to stand up to accept this cup from the cupbearer. And noting that obviously these glasses are different from the rest, he's done this on purpose. I'm going to kind of turn towards the king with my cup in hand, and I'm going to give him a nod before taking a disgusting sip. Because I'm not going to be rude, but I'm definitely not drinking any more of that.
Yes. To be polite, Wendreda will take a sip, but then after realizing this tastes like garbage, she turns to Cuthwin and is like, "Here, you're drinking this for me."
Yeah, I'm not drinking it. I'm gonna put it right back down. I'm like, it's not what I expected.
Cuthwin takes it and just drinks it, and then starts gagging, and does not throw up. Holds it in, but you can tell he actually turns green. His face turns green, and you can hear him swallowing. It's loud and visceral as he just drinks the thick, cold, congealed liquid because you've told him to do it. Give yourself a stain.
I would gladly take that. I would gladly take that.
Just straight told him.
Some spousal abuse here.
Oh, wow.
Damn right.
Damn.
I just
Cold.
requested more mead. Cleared liquids only tonight.
All right, so you get more mead. You know, Roswynn, you notice the king tips his head to you as you make eye contact with him. He looks around, and you notice he makes note of others, and it's no one else seems to have taken the special vintage. Actually, give me a wits plus awareness check to notice if other people have taken the special vintage. No one else is taking the special vintage that you can tell. Not even Juliana, who's sitting next to you. Especially not Juliana, who's sitting next to you. But you notice as you're drinking, she does perk up, as if she smells something. And her nostrils flare slightly. They'd head for it. A Fenmark saddles up to you, Josh. Suna. And you look like someone with a good story. Let's hear it. And he's clearly loud and flushed. And he's eating. In one hand, he's got meat. And the other, he's got a flagon. And between bites and drinks, he says, "You look like someone with a good story. Tell me all about it."
Do I look like someone with a good story? Or do I look like someone with a good story?
He seems very uncomfortable for a moment. He goes, "This is not what I was bargaining for," and he kind of wanders away.
I could tell you a story.
He's just had enough of your exuberance for a moment. Oh, Jesus.
This is the same room with Anarawd playing the harp in it, right?
Yes, this is the same room with Anarawd playing the harp. The playing is still going. It hasn't ended yet, so the playing is still going on. Yes.
Great. I would love to like make my way to the dance floor and do my best to like dance with everyone and yeah.
All right, give me a wits plus performance check. to put on this performance.
Wits plus.
No, I'm sorry,
performance?
dexterity. Yeah, dexterity plus no, manipulation plus performance. Manipulation plus performance. Well, I don't know why I said wit. I don't know why I said wits.
Because you
It's
wanted
just
to
used-
punish me.
Used to us not being able to see things. So
I mean, exactly. I'm used to not being able to see anything.
2 successes.
2 successes. Well, I'm going to give it to you at 2 because I didn't state the difficulty ahead of time. So you dance fine. But you have trouble getting used to your new proportions in your new body that you've crafted just moments ago for yourself. But you're out there and you join the dance and you join the group dance that's going on to under Davey Anarawd's wonderful singing. And when the singing comes to an end, people are clapping, and the people next to you are clapping, and everyone seems to be having a wonderful time.
I'm doing my absolute best to blend in and make friends and be pleasant.
Excellent. And next to you on the ground, there's a cat rubbing up against your leg.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna shoo it. I'm gonna
All right.
shoo the cat.
You shoo the cat, and it shoos itself away. It meows at you derisively, and just sort of lifts its tail and just kind of saunters away.
Okay.
And that's when you feel it on your shoulder. You feel a hand. A hand with long, spindly fingers.
Ooh. Reminiscent of Zorik?
Not quite like Zorik at all.
Okay.
Thinner. Pointier nails. Wizened almost.
I turn to meet my new friend.
Your new friend happens to be an old friend.
Ah.
It is the crone.
Okay.
And she leans in. I see through your tricks. I want my coin.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't have your coin any longer. I gave it to the Fae.
Get me my coin, or I'm going to make it my business to ruin your entire existence. You stole from me.
This is a bad decision, but I've made it. We are looking at each other in the eyes.
Yes, we are.
It's a bad decision, but I've made it. Submerge directive. If ever you should desire to pursue me, you shall instead desire to flee this island. Does that
Roll
work?
it. Yeah, go for it. Roll it. Come on, successes.
Oof.
That's 4. That's 4 successes.
That enough?
We
It's
are about to
against-
find out. Yep.
It's a
Oh, that's right. It's a
contested roll.
counter roll.
It's a counter roll.
Contested roll.
Intelligence resolve.
That's bad. Actually,
Woohoo.
that's still bad. She succeeds on the submerge directive, but has a bestial's failure. So
Oh,
something.
Could I willpower?
You can willpower. Yes, you can re-roll 2 of those dice.
2. Okay.
Oh, don't bother. Don't bother. She got a critical. I didn't notice the critical in there. She got a
Okay.
critical. So you wouldn't get it anyway. But you still got 2 more successes, which is really good. She got a critical. And a critical failure at the same time. She got both. So it doesn't happen, and you feel the hand on your shoulder get stronger. And it actually gets a little bit larger. But it doesn't, it becomes almost cat-like in a way. Like a paw. Not completely, and it's only for a moment, but you feel daggers sink into your flesh for a moment. As she looks back into your eyes, says, I think you'll get me my coin. And her eyes no longer look human. They kind of look like cat eyes.
At this point, I can will my blood to pool to the wound. Yes.
You can rouse. You've done a plus of health. So yes, you can.
So I'm effectively bleeding.
You're effective. Yes, blood is pooling. Yes.
Guards, please, someone help me. And I'm
okay. All right.
Without trying to remove the hand from myself or remove myself from this entanglement, I'm trying to draw attention to this entanglement.
All right. 2 guards rush over, and they grab the crow. How did you get in here? They grab her up, and she just lets go of you, and her hand returns to normal, and she becomes a frail. In seconds, instantly, she becomes a frail old crone again. It's like, oh, I did nothing. Oh, I I shouldn't be here. I just, and they drag her out, and she goes with them, and she just lets them drag her out. But you hear, I'm coming, get that coin. You get that coin. You get that coin. She just starts screaming as she's pulled out.
I'm gonna go and sit down somewhere and pretend that I'm very injured and see what that draws for me.
All right, you're trying to draw sympathy, I take it.
Yes.
All right. Give me a wits plus subterfuge check. Manipulation plus subterfuge.
Manipulation plus subterfuge.
Bunch of people come over to you, and they are comforting you and guiding you and trying to comfort you and trying to get you back on balance and get everything back to where you should be. You quite a commotion, and you have quite a few people around you giving you this attention. Everyone else has noted you. The rest of you noticed that this was going on. What do you do?
This completely random woman.
Wearing Sunni's like new tunic and everything. So it's Sunni, but it's not Sunni, so it's confusing.
But you know that I can do things with my face.
Exactly, and that's why it's confusing.
I feel like I would be completely ignoring this kerfuffle because just the Danes keep getting themselves into these silly situations. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if anything, she might be using this distraction as an opportunity to kind of get eyes on what other people are doing.
What other people are doing is almost immaterial to what happens next for you. And it happens to actually the 5 of you. You're each approached by another cupbearer. And you are individually told that the king has invited you to the upper chamber of the hall for a private portion of the feast. And you see other cupbearers out amongst the crowd talking to people as well. Not that, and you notice they're not talking to thanes, they're not talking to eldermen, they're talking to people in their retinue. And you've been invited to join the king for the rest of the evening. This includes Cynric, Suna, Wendreda, Roswynn, and Anarawd.
Okay. Something of an offer we can't refuse, so here we go.
Exactly.
Yep. I quietly go with them.
I'm distrustful, but when I see them approaching everyone else, I go along.
As you're led toward the high table, Beorhtric rises. And he's his arms and he welcomes you forward. He goes, "Let those who walk beside mystery find welcome in Wessex. This is a toast not to God, but to the unseen stewards of Albion." And he raises a glass. And he sits down. And you notice that the high table is empty except for 10 seats. And there are 5 other people with you. Members of various retinues from the evening. None of the aldermen. None of the thanes. They're all down below, away from the high table. King is hollow-eyed, his cheeks sunken. He doesn't look well. He looks better than the bishop looked. But he doesn't look... He looks better than Cuthwin has looked. But he just doesn't look well. Please, have a seat. Join me.
A little, okay, yeah.
What's in the goblet?
His goblet? That he's
His
drinking
or-
from?
and I assume ours.
There are no goblets in front of you. There are no goblets in front of
The
you.
cupbearers gave us cups, didn't
They
they?
gave you
No.
they gave you cups below. So if you have those cups still, they are full of the blood that I'd mentioned, the animal blood, the cold animal blood from before.
No,
And I didn't get
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, you didn't
cups.
get one of those. That's right.
Yeah, it was just the cupbearers that approached us. So yeah.
So I have
I
no
gave
cup.
mine away. So he's saying this. Is it audible to the regular folk who are
No,
just
the people at the high
okay.
table. The others take a seat.
Just to,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, just to be clear, is it just us at the high table then, or there's other people there too?
There's 5 others at the high table. I was just getting to
Okay.
describe them. There are
Thank
2 women who came from the west, and there are 3 men. None of them are of any importance. You've never really seen any of them before. They've just been, and they seem very uncertain as to why they're at this table. As do you. Some of you seem a little uncertain. Maybe you're not.
Does anybody notice that we're up there with the king? Is anybody looking in our direction or confused by it or anything?
Oh, I'm sure you told Cuthwin where you were summoned by the king, and he probably does, and he doesn't seem to mind.
We're in like a separate chamber, though. There's no one watching us.
You're in the chamber above, so the high table sits above the hall, so they can't really see you. They'd have to be on the far side looking up, and they still wouldn't get a whole lot of vision. They probably can't hear you over the roar of the feast. King, it's quiet up here. The more time to get to know the people of Wessex, those who might walk the night, those who might not see the light of day as often as the rest of us. And the other 5 look very confused, looking left and right, and they're trying to put smiles on their faces, but you can see they're strained. They don't really know what's going on. They reach for food. The king doesn't seem to stop them. What do the rest of you do?
I feel like I would kind of smirk at his little comment, and I've brought my cup up from below, although again, I'm not drinking it because this is gross. But I feel like I would raise my cups slightly and comment. Oh well, there are some of us that no longer walk in the light of day at all, my lord. She knows what he's getting at. She's not playing games. Let's cut to the chase.
He smiles. He goes, "Ah, I see I've struck a chord. Excellent. Then there's no need for pleasantries." He looks
Well,
to...
we could still do pleasantries, but we could also like get to the point or whatever. There's no need to dispense with pleasantries. We are civilized people, after all.
The king, yes, indeed. Absolutely. He looks to Davey. And I'm sorry, he doesn't look at Davey. He doesn't look through the screen and looks at Davey. He looks at Anarawd. The bishop, not the bishop, I'm sorry, it's late. The king looks at Anarawd and says, I've heard of you, Bard. The bishop has
Wicked
spoken
things,
of
I
you.
hope.
Bishop has spoken many wicked things of you.
Well, at least he's truthful about some things.
Indeed. And he looks to Wendreda. There's been something about you since Ethelgar's mead hall, since your trial. I have not been able to put my finger on it. But it became clearer over time as I've seen Cuthwin change. Looks to Cynric. Tall tales abound of the death of Wulfhere. How he was felled in one blow. And he looks to Suna. And you! I know that's not your face. I can see everything from up here.
What accusations do you make of my face?
You wear a mask. I will not say any more. You wear a mask at my table. He looks to the other five. He goes, you may go. I just needed you for appearances. And they all get up, they look disappointed. Some of them then look a little put out. But they get up and they leave. They're led downstairs by guards. Well, as this happens, the king sits forward in his chair. I would like to make a deal with you.
What do you propose, Your Highness?
I propose that I give you unfettered access to my court, if only for a taste of your blood. I know what you
The
are.
same illness befalls you that befalls the others of Winchester.
There's no illness. It's the lack of something we once had.
What happened? What happened to the thing that you once had? Why can't you use it anymore?
It is gone. Our so-called fountains have dried up, have disappeared, have vanished. But I've kept tabs. I've kept my eyes open. And you've left evidence. Some of you are more subtle than others. But I will give you my access to my kingdom for your life-saving blood. Or
My lord,
he
you
listens.
must know there are those that hate and fear what we are. We have many enemies.
And I will protect you from them. My deal with your predecessors was less than equitable. And I found myself beholden to them.
I
You
step
know,
forward. And what are you proposing is equitable for this?
a quid pro quo. Pardon my Latin. I received very little in return from Alias.
Hmm.
I wish to be on more equal footing with my new benefactor.
Well, what he don't know won't hurt him now, will it?
I just don't know how effective you are, sir. I'm sure that you have been watching, as you say, and you know that on this very night, under your protection, you couldn't even protect me.
Who do you think let that crone in?
So the point is fear tactics.
The point is power for power's sake. They do what I ask, they do what I tell them to do, and they will do what I tell them to do for you, on your behalf, or against you, on my behalf. We can have an equitable situation, or he raises a hand, and you hear clinking of boots and the rattle of chains as 3 guards on one side and 3 guards on the other come running up, and they're holding spears.
My
They're not.
lord.
They don't. I'm getting to you. They don't put them down threateningly. They just hold them up, but they come running up the stairs, and you hit them with a "my lord." Go ahead.
There is no need for this. I believe that we would benefit greatly from your wisdom and your protection. And I will make you an offer. As you may have seen tonight, my lord Ethelwine has humiliated himself in front of the court, as he humiliates himself daily by breaking his marriage vows. He's a liar and a cheat. I no longer wish to live under his house or under his employment. As you can see, I offer fine skill. She kind of nods to the dress that she's wearing. You will take me on as your court seamstress. You will protect me and my coterie, and I will give you what you seek.
If I may, Lady Roswynn, perhaps to tie the binds between Wessex and Winchester and trips every fortnight between the two, perhaps I can provide the king what he seeks.
Ooh, King.
We are equals
That's,
here. I leave the decision to the coterie.
Would you be willing to keep 2 blood bonds as you would be taking on a second?
I mean, it's the game, right? Either
the king just seems to be
way.
listening.
Since the threats were so loftily levied against myself, I would prefer if I were the bond.
I will not be bonded to one who's just been baptized.
Lady Wendreda, Anarawd.
Well, think that either of you would be decent candidates for this fool's new master.
I have no master. But this will be an equitable situation.
You don't even understand what you're asking.
Illuminate me then. She's blowing up the scene. I love it.
Sorry, he's pissing me off, that's all.
Hey, do it.
Your mind won't be your own. You choose slavery.
I choose strength and power. The power we need to get out from underneath Offa. The power I gained from... I care. My people care. And with the power I glean from you or your coterie, I will be able to fend off my enemies. I know that fool Egbert schemes at my throne. Schemes in the court of Charlemagne to take what is mine. And I will not be caught without power.
I step forward and unlace my bracer and present my forearm to him.
What does Roswynn do?
I leave the decision to the respect of the coterie. I'm,
Wendreda. What does
Wendreda? Yeah, what does Wendreda think?
Power to the women.
Well, as stupid as he is at times, especially in a moment like this, she knows that he makes the best decisions that he thinks will work. So she's just gonna be like, I'm trusting you. You got this. Kind of just like, she doesn't say anything, but she gives him that look like, if you're sure you got this, then I'm not going to stop you.
He looks to your arm, Keywork. And he looks at you and he goes, what do you want me to do with this?
And I open it for him.
As you open it,
Drink.
you hear in the back of your head, and only yours, the crown sits heavy when the blood runs red. A king may kneel if thirst outlives his pride. He drank for strength, yet found himself enthralled. No oath of land can match the taste of power. His scepter shakes beneath the yoke unseen, and you will begin to cower. Only you hear that.
Damn
Great,
fate,
now we're
trickery.
They were tied to a bloody king.
Tied to a bloody king with the vampire that's got the Fae issues.
Also, now there's a werewolf after us.
Yeah.
Where cat?
Cat.
Changing breed, cat, changeling.
Yeah. Kinneric's turning into Kaisid.
So the king takes up your arm. And he begins and he drinks from it. Make a rouse check. You get hungrier. What's your hunger at?
3.
Okay, I'm just adjusting that. All right. A royal tongue did wag too near the flame. Now hush, his majesty doth lap like hound. I dribbled crimson wine into his dreams, and lo, he begged to taste downward cup. No mortal crown can ward the midnight bond, nor prayer undo the fang and pact have done. He sings of God with lips that smell of grave. His eyes are thrones, and yet they serve my gaze. The oak still calls him Lord, and moon does not. For kings who sup with death must dine on that. You all heard that. King did not. As he's holding the arm to his mouth, drinking, and you see his flush comes back to him. His hair, once light, salt and pepper, begins to darken a little. His cheeks are no longer as hollow. His eyes begin to fill in.
Yeah, that's the fortitude. It's good shit.
I gotta get me some of that.
And he stops and he says, I thank you. And then he smiles. That'll be all for now. Thank you so very much.
It is my pleasure. We will talk again.
Perhaps.
Equitable indeed.
Enjoy the rest of the feast. I thank
Hey,
you.
by the way, I lift up one of the goblets. This should be warm for next time.
And human.
Yeah, Roswynn kind of doesn't really say anything else. She sets down that goblet of nasty ass blood and exits the room.
Yeah, Suni having been having gotten told is like, well, whatever. I guess we're not talking anymore. You don't like that I just got baptized. Moving on with our lives.
All right.
Yeah, we just got shook down by a king.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lick my arm wound and replace my bracer.
Wendreda. What does Wendreda do?
She follows everybody out, but kind of staying next to Kitterick and... You sure about this? Sure? Sure you did the right thing?
You just stuck your sword in his neck.
I'm not sure of anything, honestly.
At this point, are any of us?
I think that's a great point right there. To call scene. Are any of us sure of anything? All right.
No.
No. Did everyone have a good time tonight?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
galled though. I'm mildly galled by this whole situation.
I hope
But
so.
I have a solution.
I love your solution. I can't wait to hear it. So what
Can't
we're
wait to
gonna-
hear it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot.
I'll tell you about it next time.
I have information for you. I forgot to give you tonight, Davey. I'll give it to you first thing in the morning. It's about the documents. I totally forgot. It's a whole bunch of stuff on Mithras and the steps along the way. I'll get all that to you. All right, we're gonna start with Nerdatart tonight. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, favorite role play, and your favorite scene.
I loved the setting. It was fun to be in this highly paranoid situation where things are very clearly laid out for us, and it's like, okay, who's gonna be the first to just like trip this wire? Because we all know what he's getting at here. What's going on? I'd say favorite scene was probably Ethelwine finally getting called out on his impropriety. Winflid slapping him in the face was a moment of just like, yes, finally. So that felt nice. And roleplay of the night has to go to Suna. I mean, that was it was just fantastic on so many levels, and it kept reminding me of that episode of Futurama where Bender becomes a lady. And he's just like, ladies love it when you glob it on while he's like applying his lipstick. It's like that moment just happening constantly, and I loved it. It was so good.
Nice. Nice. Davey, what you like, didn't like, favorite roleplay, favorite scene?
Oh, I've got to say Suna as well. Like, I think you should we should just stay as Suna. I think make that permanent change. But I like the paranoia as well. I knew there was no other kindred here the second I tasted that blood, that cold ass animal blood. I'm like, yeah, this is a setup. There's just humans here. Is it the Inquisition? Is it like? But yeah, Beorhtric, an asshole.
Great.
Yeah, not fan of the guy.
Good.
I like the sound of this Egbert guy.
Egbert sounds great.
Tell me more. Tell me more about his ideas about being king.
Well, he wants to be Brett Walla.
Yeah, gonna be a Brett Wilder.
Exactly. Suna, Joshy, tell me what you like, didn't like, favorite scene, favorite roleplay.
As always, I had a fun, really fun time tonight. Loved the setting, loved the like almost like Elysium vibe that we had tonight. It was like, this is nice. This is loved the whole like the king is watching and blah 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 and oh the cats, they're all these cats, and didn't like all the cats because they were annoying, and like she could have waited for me to come back outside. I was gonna come back outside and talk to her later. Uh, I really was.
He just wants her coin.
What's for $2?
Yeah, right. Like her fancy stupid coin. I loved just the way that we all handled the king, where it was just like trust but not trust, but do the thing anyway. I'll step up. No, I'll step up. No, I'll step up. I liked that. I think that's it. That's all the prompts? Did I do the thing?
If there's something you didn't like, you didn't say, that's fine.
Oh, I did say I didn't like how she.
Oh,
was
you didn't like all the
engaged,
cats?
but-
Yep. All right. So keyword. What you like, didn't like, roleplay, and scene.
I liked the whole setup. I liked the premise of the king who was kind of not so much addicted to canite blood, but kind of he was kind of fishing. That's what the whole setup was about. Like he was going off of the stories he had heard, and I like that whole setup. I love the cats, the pervasive cats. And Suna, definitely best role play. I love sticking to the voice. That was great. That was phenomenal. See, I got more of a Miss Piggy vibe out of it, but I don't know how that tracks. But I don't know. That was really good. I was going to say that I didn't like that my failure in the beginning set up me being paranoid throughout the thing, but it was kind of like a return to form for Kenrick, where he was like kind of the wallflower watching everybody again. And I want to say that he saw Suni do his whole jive thing too. But yes, and I think that played into him not trusting Roswynn to blood bond the king, because he saw her jump and blood bond somebody as soon as we were all turned. So he's always kind of wondered about power play on that part. So no,
She'd get something out of it because she doesn't want to work under Ethelwine anymore. And she's setting it up to make sure that she is going to be able to blood bond him because she's going to be in his household. Like she was trying to make sure that like it wasn't just a okay, cool, bye. Like, he now knows who we all are. He knows we're all Canaanites, and he has no reason to really align with us at
listen,
all.
you can still work for him. You can still work there. Trust me. I can
He
convince
has to
him.
hire me.
Wink, wink. But this is about growing the idea that started in Wessex, right? This is
Yes.
But I don't
Bigger
trust
fish.
you. But I don't trust you.
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
Wendreda.
Oh, I'm just gonna piggyback what everybody else said. Suno was the best part. Seriously, I don't know, but Suna needs to come back again because that voice was great. Every time you opened your mouth, I just lost it. Definitely the Ethelwine scene was great because gross, ew. I also really enjoyed making my husband drink that disgusting blood, so that's going to be a fun stain to see if I remove or not. And that's all I got.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me about stains. Who got stains tonight? Raise your hand.
I
Alright.
guess I would, wouldn't I?
Yes, you would get a stain because you ghouled someone. Yep, so you gain a stain. So you each only have one stain. What is your humanity? Everybody. How many?
Mine is an 8.
8. Okay, so how many open spots do you have between the stain and your humanity? 1. So roll 1 dice. If it's a success, you do not lose humanity. Keyword does not lose humanity.
You feel bad.
You feel
Good for
bad.
you.
Josh, you do not feel bad, but Suna loses humanity.
Okay, so I have 7 humanity with 2 dots between the stain and that. So it's 2 dice I roll.
So it's 2 dice you roll, yes. All right, you do not lose humanity. You are fine this evening. All right.
You are remorseful.
So I'm going to try to find
little.
us I don't know who we're going to go see, so I'm looking. Tabletop RPGs. Does anyone know anyone we should go see tonight? I don't know who. I don't
Is
know
it
how
3
long.
XP again tonight?
It is 3 XP tonight, yes.
Woo!
No, they're going to probably be wrapping up soon. They're almost 3 hours in, 4 hours like us.
So that puts me at 12 XP. So what do I need? 15 XP to wrap up King Boy?
King Boy, 15 XP to wrap up King Boy, yep. Let's go see Live and Let's Die, I think. How long have they been going for? Everyone's been going 4 hours. We need someone who's just kind of been going. Anyone see any Blackwater D&D? Let's do it. All right. All right, everybody. Stick with us while we raid Blackwater D&D, and we're going to do our outro. So it was a great time tonight, everyone. Players, stick around for a few minutes. I just want to decompress with everybody before we go. Just make sure everything was cool tonight. Just some off-stream stuff. But here we go to our end credits, and then we'll be out.